I would say in third grade at Anastasia Elementary School in Long Branch, New Jersey, playing goalie in soccer. That was fun. Till it wasn't, and kids were really good. But for the time being, it was extremely fun.
How hard was it sitting out last year, most all of the season?
It was hard. I mean, any competitor is going to be upset about anything like that. But I would say it was needed for what's about to come. And I wouldn't have changed it for anything right now. So
just one more. Coach Moorehead, how excited are you for this season and what he's bringing to the table? Do you see a lot of change from last year, possibly?
Not too much change, just some tweaks. Coach Moorehead is a great coach. He's a great person, extremely good leader, and he keeps us on our toes. So I'm really excited to see what he has in store for us, especially for Friday, starting day one. It's gonna be cool. So I'm just ready for it.
How different is this year compared to last year where you didn't have training camp, you didn't have spring football, the off-season training was very limited. How more prepared is this team for the grind of a 13, 14-week season?
Well, I would just say you kind of answered your question within your question. Just the fact that we had a full winter workouts, we had a full spring, we had full summer workouts. Just to be around each other and not be stopped by cancellations or weeks off because of COVID or people being taken out. That's the biggest thing right now. And we've been around each other. We've been around each other for so long. We've been able to bond with each other, become closer. And I feel like at any school that has been the biggest change from one year to the next.
I was just going to say, Verone and Johnny both mentioned the culture aspect of just being around guys this year compared to last. Is that a tangible difference that you can
Absolutely.
kind of touch?
So, it's kind of, I wouldn't say just common sense, but like when you're around people that you love, the more you're around them, the more you build that trust, the more you build that love, that energy, and ultimately that culture, especially when it comes to team sports. Very important, and I would say that's the biggest change from last year to this year, as we've been talking about. So I agree with Johnny and Verone.
What do you see for yourself as a leader for this team? How do you see your role there?
Being what the team needs me to be, whether that's a leader for my guys in my room, them criticizing me or whatever, something that I need to work on, and just a whole bunch of things. Leader is not just a concrete term that a lot of people like to throw around. It's very abstract as well. It's like a home is not a home unless it's a home with family in it. Like it's a lot of things that go into it. So leadership isn't just a solid thing right now. It's very fluid, and just being where my team needs me to be. So,
what excites you about this team this year?
Shoot, Verone said it. It's a lot of talent. You got to bring your A game every day, every rep, and I love it. Like, it's extremely cool going up against KT every single day, going against Verone, Noah Sewell, Justin Flo, playing with CJ Verdell, Devin Williams. Whole bunch of cats. It's lovely, and I like we all like to compete, so it's incredible just doing this every single day. So
going back to what you said about leadership, I think that's interesting. Where does that mentality kind of come from, or where did you kind of adopt that approach?
I would say I adopted that over being injured in 2017 and 2019, not being able to be there as a leader by example, just being in the spots that I was needed, vocal leadership, any other things. If you need me to, or not just need me, but if you see me working hard, like that changes a lot of the ways some people view things, especially the young guys. So just being a leader where I'm needed is, I would say, my biggest thing about leadership. A lot of people take leadership as just a vocal thing. It's not really. That's why I say it's not just a concrete thing. It's very abstract. and it's very fluid. It changes at all times, and it's very dynamic. So being a leader for this team is going to be very dynamic, and just going to have to see where it goes, because we have tons of leaders. We have Noah's a young guy, but he's a leader in his own, as well as Travis and Johnny and Verone and a whole bunch of other guys that have been here for so long. And I've only been here for a year and some change. So just being a leader where I'm needed. So
You're yet to play a game as a Duck in front of fans. What have your teammates described that Autzen experience to be like, and how excited are you for that?
Man, they describe it like it's no other feeling in the world. And I'm excited to play in this stadium because I grew up watching games. I grew up loving Oregon. So this is an exciting one for me, especially I'm new here. And it's like I've never played in this stadium yet. And boy, it's like, it's like a little kid getting candy. Halloween, it's something like that. That's the type of feeling you would get from this.
Yeah, and just in terms of the weapons you're working with, I mean, Duck fans have been able to watch Johnny Johnson III and C.J. Verdell for all these years, but in terms of some of the younger guys on this team, who stood out to you?
Whole list of names. You go from Dante Thornton to Troy Franklin. You got Trey Benson. You got Seven McGee. You have Isaiah Brevard. You have a bunch of young guys on offense. And then you flip over to the defensive side where you have Justin Flo. You have Scoop David. You have a bunch of kids. Jalen Davies. They're all very, very talented. And like Verone said on the podium, everybody has a shot to play this year based off talent and how fast they move. They're very mature for their age. And I feel like they really have a shot to play this year, and we're going to need them at some point. So,
in Moorhead's offense, how much do you expect to use your legs?
I would say just use my legs when they're needed, especially in the run game, pass game. Doesn't matter if I need to use my legs, I'm going to use them.